come on. Serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatarasuna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Mhm. Ich habe ihm nur zugehört. Ich habe nicht gelesen, was da steht. Das ist keine Sache, bei der es keine definitiven Antworten gibt. Genau, und das hat er auch so auf Englisch gesagt.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Inazuma!
Yes, Paimon.
Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
Lass uns näher herangehen und zuhören.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery is all about.
Mann, warum sind wir so neugierig? Dahin.
Time to go. Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper.
What? Ich denke, in dieser Version des Textes wird der verschwundene Kabuki Mono zum zentralen Bestandteil der Handlung werden. Kabuki Mono ist Scaramouche.
Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Suchst du nach mir? Wenn du nach dem Reisenden suchst, dann hast du ihn gefunden. Nein, der andere Reisende.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
Wenn du mir nicht glaubst, dann gehe ich besser wieder.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
Ah, er war also dort. Ah ja.
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Paimon wird wütend wegen Silverhead Companion in 3, 2, 1. Okay, never mind.
Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking.
Ja, habe ich schon mitbekommen.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Ja.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Tut mir
I
leid.
see.
Aber wir können dir nicht helfen.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
What?
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Ja.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade.
Momento. Ja, Nagamasa. Genau, den kennen wir. Es fing alles damit an, dass jemand in Tatarasuna einige Materialien gefunden hat, in denen erwähnt wurde, dass ein gewisser Mikoshi Nagamasa ein großes Schwert geschmiedet habe. Genau. So ist das auch passiert.
But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Aber er hat Katsuragi ja mit dem Schwert getötet und hat es dann ins Feuer geworfen. Das Schwert. Kann das sein? Ich meine, das ist so. Das war so.
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Kabuki Mono ist ja im Japanischen ein Exzentriker. So kann man das eigentlich perfekt übersetzen.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
Paimon.
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago.
Ja.
Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Hä? Wait. Okay, also Niwa. Okay. Okay, also hier sagt Sawada, dass Niwa eine zusätzliche Person ist. Und bei dieser Person handelt es sich um einen Beamten, der oberste Verantwortliche. Besonders interessant dabei ist, dass am Ende auch er spurlos verschwunden ist. Oh mein Gott, jetzt bin ich verwirrt. Okay. Oh no, das ist, oh nein. What? Das gibt's doch nicht. Das glaube ich gerade nicht. Oh Mann, da muss ich ja komplett umdenken. Bei der Geschichte. Könnte das etwas bedeuten?
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Ja, haben wir.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Genau.
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabukimono was not a human, but a puppet.
Ja. Überraschung.
A puppet?
Traveler weiß schon Bescheid. Die von der Göttin der Blitze erschaffene Puppenagentin Shogun Raiden sollte zu diesem Zeitpunkt bereits mit ihr zusammen über Inazuma beherrscht haben. Aber nein, das war sie ganz bestimmt nicht. Es gibt nur eine Erklärung, dieser Kabukimono war Scaramouche. Aber warum war er vor 400 Jahren in Tatarasuna?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Du gibst Paimon heimlich ein Zeichen.
No. Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
Als du das erwähnt hast, hat sich das für Paimon eher wie eine Geistergeschichte angehört, ja.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Oh mein Gott, ich muss das jetzt alles voll... Oh mein... Oh... ja, da muss ich glatt husten. What the hell? Okay. Nehme ich mir die Zeit.
2000 years later.
Okay.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Okay, also ich weiß ungefähr jetzt so den Anfang, wie das angeblich war. Und ich vermute, dass das ganz anders war. Davon gehe ich jetzt automatisch aus.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
From essay to guessay. In der Tat ähnelt es etwas zu sehr einem Roman. Das hört sich nicht wie eine Abhandlung an. Ja. Vor allem war er derjenige, der von Fakten gesprochen hat. Jetzt will er die Geschichte komplett verändern.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
Jetzt ist mir erst recht bewusst, dass das, was da drin stand, nicht zu 100% stimmen kann. Allein schon, weil wir diese Informationen gar nicht hatten vorher, aber irgendwelche Gelehrten aus Sumeru.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Never. Ich werde ihn niemals wissen lassen, wie die Geschichte wirklich war. Niemals.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
In what? Hä? Wait. Was ist los?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Oh. Er spaziert einfach ganz normal.
No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
He got locked up. It can't be. Gott, ich bin nicht so gerne hier. Es sieht alles so clean aus, so steril. Wie in so einem Krankenhaus, nur halt ein bisschen cooler. Oh, da ist Nahida.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are.
Hi.
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah, it's him!
Ja.
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the
Oh nein,
case,
ich habe geskippt.
why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Burn, würde ich mal sagen an der Stelle.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between each of the harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Wie bedauerlich.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Ja, ist ein bisschen wütend auf Scaramouche, aber ich glaube, so nachtragend ist er nicht.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Mit mir?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Ja. Und wir wollen wissen, was es damit auf sich hat.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Bitte, bitte.
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point.
Ja.
It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
Ja. Warum hast du ihn nicht direkt gefragt? Er war doch hier. Hallo.
He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information and should be able to find it more quickly.
Und was, wenn er dich hintergeht?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
Oh, das hat sie echt gut formuliert.
As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Endlich, der erste Archon, der uns überhaupt hilft.
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Okay, danke, Nahida.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Ach so, wir sollen babysitten. Aha.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease.
Okay.
Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Boah. Jetzt sehen wir diese Szenen aus dem Trailer.
Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Jetzt? Ich habe noch die Anemo-Kraft. Nahida, ich kann nicht. Kann ich es mir noch anders überlegen? Scheinbar nicht.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Da ist er. Wait. Er ist einfach dort. Okay. In seiner Old Form. Hallo.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Ich werde dich für Nahida überwachen.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous.
Yes.
I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru.
Mhm. Dieser Baum hat aber ein Loch in der Mitte. Falls es noch keinem aufgefallen ist.
Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Ich verstehe.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Danach verprügeln wir ihn. Ach, Paimon, ey.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all.
Hä? Es ist unnötig, unsere Beziehung zu stark zu verschlechtern, wenn wir schon bald zusammenarbeiten müssen. What?
Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
Er hat uns pretty genannt. Also er hat unsere Augen pretty genannt. Das hört sich so an, als ob du ein besserer Erkunder wärst als wir.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
Let's go.
Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ja, ich würde nämlich ganz gerne nicht die Anemo-Kraft haben.
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
Leg einfach los. Und da beginnt schon der erste Konflikt. Also ich hätte gerne gesagt, hey Scaramouche, ich komme gleich wieder. Ich gehe nur zur Statue der 7 Archons und hol mir die Dendro-Power.
We can start now.
Nein, ich kann nicht mit Anemo losgehen. Das ist ja... Also vielleicht muss ich ja gar nicht kämpfen. Das wäre gut.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Gott.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul.
Oh mein Gott. Immer wenn diese Musik kommt, heißt das sehr viel Lore kommt, glaube ich.
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Was sind das für Symbole auf dem Baum? Das sind alle Erinnerungen. Das ist wie so eine Datenbank von allen Daten auf der ganzen Welt.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Aus Prinzip.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Wie formal er mit ihr spricht. Das kennt man gar nicht von ihm.
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Ich will aber dahin. Da ist ein Sepp.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Ach so, wir haben teleportiert.
It looks the same in every direction.
Scaramouche scheint daran gewöhnt zu sein.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
My guard.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Das ist das Zentrum von Irminsul. Darin befinden sich alle Informationen dieser Welt. Yes.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Okay. Außerdem scheint er sich in keiner Weise hier gegen zu sträuben. Anscheinend versteht er sich auf den Einsatz an vorderster Front. Hat er etwa bei den Fatui eine ähnliche Rolle? Oh ja, interesting. Was hatte er für eine Rolle bei den Fatui? Ich musste an die Geschichten denken, die Akaba und Zawada erzählt haben. Er ist wirklich eine sonderbare Person.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Uh-oh.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Nahida, ist das ein Bewusstseinsgespräch?
Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
What the fuck? Ist das ein Discord-Call? Ist ja interesting.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Paimon ist ganz verblüfft. Du möchtest wohl nicht, dass wir Scaramouche unterbrechen?
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Stimmt. Und derartige Aufträge zu erledigen, scheint ihm auch sehr zu liegen.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand.
Ja, ich frage mich gerade allgemein, wieso Scaramouche gerade dazu in der Lage ist, sowas zu tun. Ich glaube nicht mal wir wären dazu in der Lage.
Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Besteht da ein Zusammenhang mit seiner Vergangenheit, mit diesem sogenannten Verrat und den Dingen, die in Inazuma passiert sind?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Yes, that's me. In Wirklichkeit ist es so, dass ich in dem Augenblick, als ich Hypasia in Padis Diai berührt habe, für kurze Zeit einige Dinge gesehen habe. Du berichtest Nahida und Paimon von den Dingen, die du...
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Genau.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Natürlich. Ich glaube sogar auf eine ganz andere Art und Weise. Also ich glaube, dass es bei ihm sogar sehr extreme Ausmaße annehmen kann.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro-Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabukimono and so on, yes.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination.
Okay.
At least that's what they thought.
Okay. Okay. Erdichtete Fakten. Die perfekte Beschreibung für diese ganzen Texte, die ich zum Teil nur gelesen habe eben gerade.
Oh, how interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Mhm.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Oh no. Gemein.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
Wir haben nicht die Pflicht, dich einzubeziehen.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Ja.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
Nee, ich glaube, Scaramouche wusste das auch von Anfang an.
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Auch wenn diese Art von Gespräch nicht gerade angenehm ist, ist deine Einstellung doch besser, als ich erwartet hatte.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
What?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Niwa, ist das nicht der Name des Verwalters von Tatarasuna? Sollte das so sein, dann gehört er zur Ishin-Schule. Ja, und ist Kazuhas Vorfahre.
Whoa!
Oh Gott. Ich bin nervös.
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else.
Niwa? Ich bin schon seit ein paar Tagen in Tatarasuna, nicht nur du und Herr Mikoshi Nagamasa. Man könnte sagen, dass alle hier sehr freundlich sind. Ah? Also, wer ist das? Das ist doch Niwa. Seine Haarsträhne auf jeden Fall verrät's.
Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us.
Wer ist das jetzt?
I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
Ich glaube, das stand vorher Herr Asher oder so.
You flatter me.
Escher.
From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
Okay, also kommt außerhalb von Inazuma.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate, and I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torachiyo, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
Das stimmt.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Aus Fontaine kommt er. I see. Ja, okay, nach Mondstadt sah der jetzt auch nicht aus. Ist das nicht eine Verschwendung deines Talents?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher.
Oh.
I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem.
Ist das der Mikage-Hochofen oder ist das ein anderer Hochofen? Ich glaube, es ist der Mikage-Hochofen. Interesting.
I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. What about you? What are you still doing here?
Seine Augen.
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Wow. Sehr gute Menschenkenntnis an der Stelle.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked.
Oh no. Niwa ist so toll. Wow. Er ist noch toller, als ich gedacht habe, obwohl ich ihn für Katsuragi gehalten habe. Aber Katsuragi wurde noch nicht erwähnt. Ich glaube, Katsuragi ist hier schon längst tot, ehrlich gesagt.
I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
No. No.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
Hatte ihn... Nein.
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for.
Ach.
I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore? Dottore? Oder bin ich... Was bin ich hörend? Grinsebacke zeigt jetzt sein wahres Gesicht. Genau. What? No, das... Ich hab dann... Oh, ich meine, ich wusste, dass Dottore irgendwie zumindest danach irgendwas gemacht haben könnte. Aber dass er involviert war von Anfang an, das habe ich nicht... Daran habe ich gar nicht gedacht. Nein.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Wow, Niwa ist echt toll. Jetzt verstehe ich, wieso Scaramouche ihn als Familie ansah.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go
Oh, shit.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
Ich hasse Dottore so sehr. Ich habe gerade so viel Hass auf diesen Charakter. What?
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
Ja. Oh Mann, ey. Ich muss gerade mal kurz pausieren. Also seine Intention weiß ich immer noch nicht. Und er hat sie auch nicht geäußert. Das ist okay. Niva hat zu schnell gehandelt und ihm dann den Rücken vorgehalten. Ja, das war der größte Fehler. Aber ich glaube, er hätte ihn dann auch von vorne gesteppt. Also das ist egal, glaube ich. Oh Mensch. Wenn Kazuha davon wüsste. Es ist Kazuhas Vorfahre. Naja.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
Oh Gott. Dreckiger. Bäh. Mann, ey. Ich bin schon sehr überrascht gerade.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Okay. Er wollte die böse Energie des Kristallmarks freisetzen. Ich weiß wieder, warum ich nicht gern zum Arzt gehe.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise.
Klappe.
My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
Wait. Ich möchte sehen, was so ein Herz in einer Puppe bewirkt. Ich will es nicht also übertrieben interpretieren, aber will er Nivas Herz für Scaramouche benutzen?
Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us.
Ich frage mich, wie sich Scaramouche fühlt. Er erfährt das gerade zum ersten Mal. Das ist seine Vergangenheit. Er war noch gerade frisch geboren zu der Zeit und hat die ersten Menschen, die ihm wichtig waren, also Niva, verloren. Damit habe ich gar nicht gerechnet. What? Okay.
He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
Nein. No.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity.
Mann. Und er sah und das war vor 400 Jahren. Er sieht immer noch genauso aus heute. Ja. Also ist er unsterblich. Auch. Was auch nicht überraschend war, ehrlich gesagt.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Ja.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Hey, are you all right?
Dottore. Dottore! Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
Er steckt also hinter dem Vorfall in Tatarasuna.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace.
Mit dem Apparat in den Hochofen gegangen.
You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Also war dieser Verrat letztendlich ein mehrere hundert Jahre altes Lügenmärchen. War das auch eines der Experimente von Dottore? Ja. Ein Verrat, der niemals stattgefunden hat, eine erfundene Untat. Aber was hat er am Ende damit erreicht?
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Gut, lass uns nach dort drüben gehen.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process.
Wait, what? Und ich weiß immer noch nicht, was das für ein Apparat ist.
The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke.
What? Ein verschrumpeltes Herz.
The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Von einem wichtigen Freund verraten und im Stich gelassen worden zu sein, kann in der Tat zu großem Hass führen. Dass er vor ungefähr 100 Jahren an Raiden Gokaden Rache verübt hat, scheint auch darauf zurückzugehen. Aber das heißt keineswegs, dass seine Rache gerechtfertigt wäre.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Dotori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Was soll ich machen? Soll ich mit ihm reden?
Shall we see how he's doing?
Yes.
Hey, you alright?
Okay, er scheint ruhig zu sein.
That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
Wir wollen einfach nur nicht, dass etwas Unplanmäßiges geschieht.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Oh, seine Stimme hier. Okay. Versucht er es jetzt weiter, oder hat er es schon verarbeitet?
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
No. Wie zu erwarten, aber trotzdem danke.
Don't thank me just yet.
Why?
You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
Venti? Der Himmel hat auf eine Anrufung geantwortet. Ja, Venti hat ja nach den Sternen gerufen, damals vor 500 Jahren.
The heavens responded?
Guck mal, Traveler lacht. Kann er sich erinnern?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria and lived with your sister for a time.
Piero von den Elf der Fatui. Warum? Ja.
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this.
Wow, und hier hören die Informationen auf. Mehr bekommen wir heute nicht mehr, ne?
Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Interessant, dass er so fragt.
Very valuable.
Okay, und er freut sich? Okay.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Oh oh.
Huh? What have you done?
Wir sollten hier nicht streiten.
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Was willst du von mir wissen?
Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Willst du in mein Bewusstsein eindringen?
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
Oh. Moment, warum fragst du mich das? Vielleicht, weil er ahnt, dass wir das mal getan haben. Aber das waren ja nicht wir. Direkt, zumindest.
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me.
Warum darf Paimon das nicht mithören? Wenn er das laut ausgesprochen hätte und weil Paimon ein Teil von Teyvat ist und Traveler nicht, würde das gar nicht den Irminsul, die Irminsul-Erinnerungen beeinflussen. Das kann auch sein. Moment, seine Miene. Hat er gesehen, dass ich gezögert habe? Aber das lag darin, dass ich über die Sache mit der höheren Herrin Ruka de Vata Bescheid weiß. Nein, habe ich ihm etwa seine
So
Frage...
long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Stopp, Scaramouche, Paimon, wir müssen ihn aufhalten.
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
What?
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are.
Alles klar. Danke für diese Info.
But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
Ja, als Metapher.
Oh no, he's really gone.
Wo ist Nahida?
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or Did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Okay.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
Nein, ich will dir helfen. Gibt es noch etwas, das ich tun kann?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
Okay.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Paimon erinnert sich nicht mehr an die höhere Herrin Ruka de Vata. Scaramouches Frage war sehr ungewöhnlich. Es wäre zu kompliziert, das jetzt zu erklären und würde Paimon wohl traurig machen. Es wäre wohl am besten, die Sache mit der höheren Herrin Ruka de Vata unerwähnt zu lassen und nur über Scaramouche zu sprechen. Schläft Paimon? Paimon schläft. Paimon, ja, sie kann schlafen.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible.
Es ist gewiss nicht leicht. Sie... Okay. Wir sollen nicht wissen, dass so etwas möglich ist. Dass es möglich ist, die Vergangenheit zu ändern. Aber es ist möglich. Nur so jemand wie Paimon oder so jemand wie Nahida, die aus Teyvat kommen, also Teil dieser Welt sind, die dürfen das halt nicht wissen. Und wir wissen es, weil wir nicht aus dieser Welt sind.
Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life.
Ja, das ist aber auch so seltsam, dass Paimon... Wir glauben halt, dass Paimon eine Gottheit ist, die geschwächt wurde und jetzt so, ja, als eine kleine Mini-Fee mit uns rumfliegt, quasi. Dass sie eigentlich ein sehr, sehr starker und mächtiger Gott ist oder war, der aber seine Erinnerung verloren hat und, ja, seine Intelligenz. Aber irgendwie, weiß ich nicht, kriege ich immer so meine Zweifel dabei.
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Ja, stimmt.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused.
Vielleicht will er sich selbst aus der Geschichte löschen. Ja, genau, das hat er ja gesagt.
Huh?
What? Paimon, alles klar?
Sorry, Paimon accidentally... It's the balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Ich bin auch nur am Raten.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Weiß ich. Ja, also seine Schöpferin. Auf jeden Fall. Das geht eigentlich nicht. Aber das ist vorher passiert. Nur Paimon erinnert sich nicht mehr dran. Wir haben das im Game schon gemacht. Die Vergangenheit geändert. Aber sie erinnern sich nicht, weil die Vergangenheit geändert wurde. Weil die Erinnerung an eine Person ausgelöscht wurde, quasi. Und nur Traveler, also nur wir erinnern uns daran. Man kann nicht in die Zeit zurückreisen, um sich selbst auszulöschen. Ja, das kann man nicht, aber das haben wir auch nicht gemacht, sondern das hat Nahida mit einer Person gemacht. Ja. Das hat Nahida gemacht. Aber Nahida erinnert sich halt nicht mehr dran, weil es hat diese Person nie gegeben in der Geschichte und deswegen erinnert sich auch sie nicht dran, obwohl sie ein Gott ist. Und Paimon erinnert sich auch nicht dran, obwohl Paimon vielleicht auch ein Gott ist. Vielleicht halt. Stimmt. Sollte sich Scaramouche wirklich aus Irminsul löschen, dann würde sich das auf viele Menschen und Dinge in Inazuma auswirken. Die Folgen wären unvorstellbar. Aber was ist denn der Plan von dem Wanderer? Er will sich selbst aus der Geschichte löschen. Also er will nicht mehr existiert haben. Also er will nicht mehr existieren. Wahrscheinlich. Ich weiß es nicht. Vermutlich. Also er hat ja gesagt, Scaramouche gibt's nicht mehr. So. Im schlimmsten Fall wären alle Menschen, die mit Raiden Gokaden zu tun hatten, etwa wie Kaidahara Kazuha, Kamisato Ayaka, Kamisato Ayato, davon betroffen. Würden sie dann verschwinden? Oh ja. Ja, natürlich. Natürlich würden sie dann verschwinden. Weil dann hätten ja die Dinge... Genau das habe ich auch gesagt in meiner Theorie, glaube ich. Weil ich weiß nicht, ob ich das actually gesagt habe oder nur hingeschrieben habe in mein Skript, aber ich habe gesagt, wäre das nicht passiert mit Niwa und Kunikosushi, also mit Scaramouche, dann wäre Kazuha heute nicht am Leben.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next?
Nö.
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Geht mir genauso.
So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
Mit leckeren Gerichten ablenken, das ist eine gute Idee.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes. Cream stew. Sauteed matsutake. And Dragon chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad.
Oh Gott, sogar ich bin fast eingeschlafen. Was? Hallo?
Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and...
Sie schläft ein. Gute Nacht, Paimon. Guten Morgen. Paimon, was ist mit dir?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
Was?
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again?
Du hast dir wegen der Sache mit Scaramouche Sorgen gemacht und deswegen Gerichte aufgezählt.
The Balladeer?
Was? Nein, sag mir nicht, er hat es geschafft, die Vergangenheit zu ändern. und sich auszulöschen.
Is that a food too?
Oh mein... Oh mein...
Name though.
Ein merkwürdiger... Oh mein Gott. Das muss ich verkraften. Das muss ich erstmal verkraften. Ah, ich hab irgendwie sowas erwartet, aber dass es so früh in der Quest kommt... Ich meine, ich weiß nicht, wie lange wir schon hier sind, aber... Oh oh. Oh oh. Paimon erinnert sich nicht mehr an Scaramouche. Könnte er etwa tatsächlich Erfolg gehabt haben? Aber ist das wirklich möglich? Irgendwas scheint hier nicht zu stimmen.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
No.
So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Wow. Es fühlt sich so weird an, dass sie den Namen Balladeer sagt und nicht wütend ist, weil sie nicht mehr weiß, wer das ist. Sie ist ja die ganze Zeit nur sauer auf The Balladeer. Auf einmal weiß sie nicht mehr, wer das ist. Ist schon seltsam. Ach man, es ist ganz wild hier auf dieser Welt, ne, Traveler? Ganz wild, diese Welt. Sollte das wirklich so sein, dann muss ich einige wichtige Sachen bestätigen. Paimon, lass uns eine kleine Reise machen.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
Ich will nach Inazuma zurückkehren. Oh mein Gott, wir werden jetzt kontrollieren, ob Kazuha da ist, Ayaka und Ayato da sind. Ob sie existieren, ob sie noch existieren.
Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Noch ist nicht die Zeit für Erklärungen. Lass uns erstmal losgehen. Wir können das auch später noch besprechen. Oh, oh. Ich fand Scaramouches Reaktion auf seine Erinnerung, auf seine Vergangenheit mit Niva und Dottore fand ich super, super gut. Also der Synchronsprecher von Scaramouche, der englische, ist schon super professionell. Das ist richtig gut, einfach. Crazy.
We've made it to Amenoma Smithy.
Hello!
Ah, it's been a while.
Hallo, ich brauche ein paar Informationen
Of course. Go ahead.
über Raiden Gokaden. Kannst du mir noch einmal davon erzählen?
No. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokaden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokaden 5.
Ich glaube, das ist aber auch soweit richtig. Paimon hat Scaramouche vergessen, aber die Vergangenheit hat sich nicht geändert. Das wurde uns gerade bestätigt.
If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present
Genau.
when he forged the Ishin blade.
Genau.
Oh yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokaden then too. It seems like such a shame.
Was war denn der Grund für den Niedergang? Der Grund für den Niedergang war Scaramouche. Und jetzt bin ich gespannt, was er sagt.
That,
Oh,
my
oh.
friends, is a tragic tale indeed.
Oh, oh.
In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this.
Okay. Und Kazuha weiß ja, was passiert ist. Und Kazuha hat es ihm dann gesagt. Aber was war das denn jetzt? Sag
He
es.
told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunen, it was right that I should know the truth.
Yes.
There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Okay.
The Raiden Gokunen were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
Oh no, what? Wer war denn der Schwertschmied? War das Scaramouche? Oder Nagamasa? Oder Katsuragi? Nee, Katsuragi kann es nicht gewesen sein.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world.
Hey, ich bin halt ein bisschen verwirrt, aber ja, okay.
In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him.
Okay, Scaramouche ist also weggelöscht worden aus der Vergangenheit.
Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokunen. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokunen.
Hyakume?
But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life.
Komplett andere Geschichte, komplett. Wow.
That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Die Legende der Raiden Gokunen wurde geändert. War es nicht jemand anderes, der damals als all die Schwertschmiede angriff? Ja, das war Konikosushi, Scaramouche. Scaramouche scheint wirklich etwas mit Irminsul angestellt zu haben, aber Niwa ist am Ende dennoch tot.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Hast du Kazuha in letzter Zeit gesehen?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Typisch Kazuha. Zum Glück existieren die Leute noch und es ist alles beim Alten. Viel besser, als ich es mir gestern Abend vorgestellt habe. Ich habe keine weiteren Fragen, danke.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Warum musste sie das jetzt extra sagen? Oh Gott, ich habe irgendwie Gänsehaut.
We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hallo.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate.
Oh no.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Entschuldige bitte. Was? Können wir im Hof herumlaufen?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks.
Traveler ist so beliebt.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Hallo, kannst du mir etwas erklären?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know?
Wie geht es Herrn Kamisato und Ayaka?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
Mhm.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Ayato ist immer noch der Leiter der Yashiro-Verwaltung und Ayaka ist die Shirasagi Himegimi, kein Unterschied zu zuvor. Ja. Und bei der Yashiro-Verwaltung scheint es auch keine Veränderungen zu geben. Ich hatte das zwar erwartet, bin aber trotzdem erleichtert, dass es den beiden gut geht.
Well, got any more questions?
Im Moment nicht.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that.
Ja, wir sind alle busy, wir jungen Leute.
Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all. Around
Ja,
whom one can truly
wir sind toll.
be
Wir haben's
themselves.
kapiert. Okay. Ja.
So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Vielen Dank, das werde ich.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food
Oh,
here
Paimon.
being really great.
Heute nicht.
Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tatarasuna.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am! Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Ich möchte an der Stelle sagen, dass ich, während sie gesprochen hat, sehr müde geworden bin. Aber ich bin nur sehr müde und wenn dann jemand so spricht, dann werde ich noch müder. Ist okay. Ich wollte sie trotzdem nicht unterbrechen, weil, ich meine, diese Leute, die arbeiten halt, ne? Die synchronisieren das ja auch und die geben sich ja alle Mühe.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels.
Ja.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, my lover. Wait, ist das Dottore? Oder Asher? Oder wer ist das? Ah, das ist Xavier. Hallo, Xavier.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
What up, Xavier?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
Ich habe seinen Namen von Anfang an falsch ausgesprochen. Danke, Paimon.
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We had some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Weißt du viel über Tatarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth.
Irgendwie hört er sich an wie Dottore.
If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
Kennst du die Geschichte dieses Ortes?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Bitte weihe mich ein.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago.
Er hat die gleichen Augen wie Asher.
I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Das ist totale Stimme und ich hasse sie. Also im Sinne von, dass sie macht mir so, ich kriege so ein unbehagendes Gefühl einfach. Das war Il Dottore. Anscheinend wurde die Geschichte, wie er mit der Zerstörung des Hochofens das Chaos verursachte, nicht geändert.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Yes. We are here for a history lesson.
Me neither.
Me neither.
We've gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
Es ist auch sehr viel, das ist so viel Info und dass diese Info noch jetzt viele Versionen hat, ist noch komplizierter. Vor allem, wenn man Theorien hat, wie das ungefähr abgelaufen ist. Ich habe ja auch meine eigene Theorie gehabt, wie das historisch war. Und jetzt muss ich auch umdenken, aber dreimal umdenken gefühlt.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Richtig, deshalb möchte ich noch eine Frage stellen.
Sure, go ahead.
Hast du von einem Kabuki-Mono in Tatarasuna gehört?
A Kabuki-Mono?
Ah.
No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatara Suna is concerned.
Kein Kabuki-Mono. Was könnte Scaramouche im Irminsul angestellt haben, dass er diese Aufzeichnung löschen konnte? Wenn das so ist, dann will er wahrscheinlich die Welt verändern und alles wieder auf Null zurücksetzen, aber die ganzen Veränderungen scheinen bisher nur ihn zu betreffen. Danke, Xavier. Ja, also Scaramouche wurde quasi durch einen Schwertschmied ersetzt und das war's.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay.
Paimon. Da haben wir es.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Bye. Danke. Ich muss nicht mehr mit ihm reden. Gehen wir zurück zur niederen Herrin Kusanali.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you.
Jetzt ist die Frage, ob sich Kusanali an, also Nahida an Dings erinnert. Vor allem, warum haben wir gerade Kusanali gesagt? Wir nennen sie doch immer Nahida. Hä? What? Ja. Ich frage mich, ob sie ihn auch vergessen hat, auf jeden Fall.
Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Danke, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Hey, it's them.
Hi.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Diskutiert ihr immer noch über eure Schreiberei?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Die beiden studieren ja auch den Vorfall in Tatara Suna. Mal sehen, was sie zu sagen haben.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Könntest du ihn mir nochmal zeigen?
Oh, of course.
Oh Gott, jetzt muss ich wieder lesen, oder was? Okay. Mikoshi Nagamasa, Tatara Suna, Mikoshi Nagamasa. Oh. Okay, das muss ich, glaube ich, vorlesen. Ist das viel? Das ist nicht viel. Das lese ich mal vor. Die meisten dieser seltsamen Gerüchte drehen sich um Yokai und strotzen nur so vor Besonderheiten von Inazuma. Nur ein kleiner Teil sprach von einem Fremden. Es ist wichtig zu wissen, dass eine Person aus einem Volksmärchen, die in der Realität zum Vorschein trifft, sehr verdächtig ist. Daher wurden weitere Fragen zu diesem Thema gestellt und die folgenden Informationen erhalten. Einst kam ein fremdländischer Mechaniker zu Besuch nach Tatara Suna. Es heißt, er sei gekommen, um technisches Wissen auszutauschen und habe tatsächlich Freundschaft mit den Ortsansässigen geschlossen. Dieser Mensch verhielt sich allerdings verdächtig. Oft begab er sich ins Zentrum oder an nicht für ihn freigegebene Orte und wenn jemand auf ihn aufhielt, hörte dieser nur unverständliches Gemurmel. Okay. Der Mechaniker blickte oft nachdenklich auf den Hochofen, als ob er dessen Zustand observierte. Auch solle die Anwohner oft mit einem Blick beobachtet haben, der diesen unangenehm war. Der Wissensaustausch lässt sich tatsächlich sehr gut in die Epoche in Tatara Suna einordnen. Tatara Suna liegt am Meer, weshalb es per Schiff erreichbar ist und dass jemand aus der Ferne willkommen geheißen wurde, ist auch nicht verwunderlich. Aber kurz nach dem Wissensaustausch begann der Niedergang des Gebiets, weshalb die Wahrscheinlichkeit eines Zusammenhangs der beiden Ereignisse als hoch einzuschätzen ist. Manche Einwohner meinen jedoch, dass dies lediglich eine Einbildung der damaligen Bewohner gewesen sei. Okay, hier haben wir Niwa, hier haben wir Miyazaki, Nagamasa, hier haben wir untergebener Katsuragi, Hier haben wir der Mechaniker, der ja Kabuki Mono war. Wait. Okay. War das nicht ein Schwertschmied, der irgendwie... Ach ja, ist egal. Der Rest scheint noch nicht fertig geschrieben zu sein.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Och. Och Gott. Really? Miyazaki begann sofort mit vorgehaltener Hand zu kichern. Als Niwa zu Ende gehört hatte, setzte er die Eidechse in seine Hand auf Katsuragis Hand, als er gerade etwas sagen wollte. Kam noch jemand aus der Ferne herbei. Dieses Mal waren schwere Schritte zu vernehmen. Die sicheren Schritte des Ankömmlings zeugten von großem Selbstvertrauen. Bald tauchte ein fremdes Gesicht an der Tür auf, das anders aussah als die anderen Anwesenden. Der Ankömmling stellte sein Essenspaket beiseite und nickte, bereit zu gehen. Gewillt, ihn aufzuhalten, rief Katsuragi: Herr, was ist mit dem Essen? Hast du keinen Hunger? Als der Mann das hörte, sprach er lachend: Ich hab schon gegessen, nehmt euch auch etwas. Du bist unser Gast, mein Herr. Es tut mir leid, es ist mir peinlich, dass du uns so behilflich bist, sagte Niwa wohlwollend. Freundlich lachte der Mann scheinbar so, als machten ihm kleine Gefälligkeiten nichts aus, und mit einem weiteren Kopfnicken ging er davon. Oh. Nun schossen die schwarzen Wolken in das Boot hinein und verloren gemeinsam mit diesem die Orientierung. Einer wilden Bestie gleich krachte es in die Küste. Nur wenige Schritte entfernt erhob sich der Mechaniker lachend, während er sich langsam dem riesigen Schiffswrack näherte. Von dem, der dort zuerst geschrien hatte, war nichts geblieben, als ein halber Arm. Wow, schon wieder dieser halbe Arm, der nun mit einem dumpfen Knall vor die Füße des Mechanikers fiel. Er ging in die Hocke, betrachtete ihn wieder und wieder, als wolle er einen Bissen nehmen. Er unterließ es, denn die will... Okay, das auch noch ganz kurz. Der zweite, der dritte, der vierte, jeder Hilfesuchende brach bei diesem schlechten Wetter und mit seinem ungewissen Schicksal auf. Es wäre vernünftig zu sagen, niemand mehr sollte ein solches Risiko auf sich nehmen. Doch so dringlich, wie die Lage von Tatarasuna war, wäre es das Opfer auch noch so vieler Leben wert. Wenn damit nur der Segen der Hauptstadt erreicht werden würde. Ich komme da nicht so ganz mit, ehrlich gesagt. Aber das ist auf jeden Fall auch ein Teil, der ersetzt wurde. Niwa verschwand und niemand wusste, wohin er gegangen war. Okay, also Niwa verschwand. Also hier steht, dass Niwa verschwunden ist und dass der Inhalt hat sich geändert. Das kommt durch die Änderung der Information in Irminsul. Scaramouche sagte, er wolle diesen Namen löschen. Hat er alles aufgegeben, um seinem Herz zu folgen? Aber...
Well, what do you think?
Excellent.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well, so it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Arminoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all?
Nope.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Ja, haut rein, Leute.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
So.
Will do. Nahida, we're here!
Jetzt bin ich gespannt, ob sie sich an Scaramouche erinnert.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
Wir sind zurück, um die Sache mit Scaramouche zu untersuchen.
The Balladeer?
Was? Sie auch?
Sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh mein goodness. Nicht sie auch. Tatsächlich, ja.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Selbst Nahida kann sich nicht erinnern, also ist sie auch von den Änderungen in Irminsul betroffen. Och Mann, ey, das ist so nervig. Scaramouche muss sehr schnell gehandelt und seine Spuren gelöscht haben, bevor Nahida ihn aufhalten konnte. Dann bin ich also die einzige Person, die sich an die Löschung erinnern kann. Ich bin wieder der einzige Zeuge. Ja, du bist wie immer der einzige Zeuge.
Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Ja, die Leute vergessen alles um mich herum und ich bin der Einzige, der sich an alles erinnert. Aber ich darf nichts sagen, weil ich sonst ein Paradox erschaffen würde. Es sind einige Dinge geschehen, an die nur ich mich erinnern kann. Ich muss euch jetzt die Wahrheit sagen. Schweren Herzens wird eine Geschichte erzählt, die viele Jahre nur in Bruchstücken existierte und erst jetzt wieder zusammengesetzt wurde. Es gab einst eine Person mit dem Namen Scaramouche, die von der Göttin der Blitze erschaffen und als Puppe in die Welt gesetzt wurde. Er hatte viel in Tatarasuna durchmachen müssen. Als er glaubte, dass er zum dritten Mal von allen verraten worden war, verließ Scaramouche Inazuma und begann umherzuwandern. Er vertraute den Menschen nicht und hasste die Götter. Er trug seinen Hass über 100 Jahre mit sich herum. Nachdem er seinen Körper gestählt hatte, kehrte er nach Inazuma zurück, um sich zu rächen. Mit dem göttlichen Herzen versuchte er, den Thron der Gottheit zu besteigen, scheiterte aber im letzten Moment. What? Später drang er in Irminsul ein, wo er die Wahrheit über den Verrat an ihm erfuhr. Der Betrug machte sein ganzes Wesen aus und am Ende unternahm er die wahnsinnigste Tat, um diese Tragödie auszulöschen.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
Wieso ist er überhaupt der Einzige, der sich nicht erinnern kann? Traveler, also wir, der Protagonist, ist nicht von dieser Welt. Also der ist quasi ein Alien. Und das bedeutet, dass der Irminsul-Baum, der ja alle Erinnerungen speichert, der speichert nur Erinnerungen von Menschen oder von Dingen aus dieser Welt. Das heißt, wenn Traveler von irgendeinem anderen, weiß ich nicht, Planeten oder Welt kommt, dann nimmt der Baum ihn nicht auf, weil er nicht hierher gehört. Er ist kein Teil von dieser Welt.
But how is he even able to do that?
Ja, wieso war er in der Lage dazu? Ist auch die Frage.
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
Genau, Traveler ist sehr besonders. Traveler scheint auch nicht ganz menschlich zu sein, scheint auch sehr alt zu sein, also ein paar Tausende von Jahren halt. Und Traveler kann alle Elemente benutzen. Das kann niemand in Teyvat. Das kann nur er. Er ist irgendwie sehr besonders. Und ja, wir sind gerade ständig dabei, die Welt zu retten. Klassiker.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the
Ja, genau. Genau. Er kommt entweder aus dem Lichtreich oder er kommt aus der alten Welt von Teyvat. Das ist zumindest meine Theorie. Natürlich kann er auch was, keine Ahnung, ganz anderes sein, aber ja.
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Teyvat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him.
Genau, das hat Nahida gerade sehr gut erklärt. Also ich komme nicht aus Teyvat und deswegen bin ich nicht als Information gespeichert in diesem Baum. Und deswegen kann der Baum, deswegen erinnere ich mich auch an alles, was um mich herum passiert. Ob das jetzt im Irminsul, also im Baum gespeichert ist oder nicht.
So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Ja. Ich meine, wir sind schon sehr in vielen Aspekten sehr besonders, ne?
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this
Danke.
Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
Danke, danke.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Ich und Scaramouche waren schon immer Feinde. Was ihn dazu bewegt, diese Dinge zu tun und warum er so skrupellos ist, das verstehe ich nicht. Will er, dass alles von vorn anfängt, jemanden retten, oder will er sich vollkommen selbst verleugnen? Glücklicherweise kann das alle wieder Glücklicherweise kann das alles wieder richtig gestellt werden. Ich habe eine endgültige und korrekte Lösung dafür. Und darauf läuft es schließlich hinaus. Ich erinnere mich noch an die letzte Frage, bevor er angefangen hatte. Er hatte sie mir gestellt und mein Zögern hatte ihm die Antwort verraten, dass es möglich war, die Vergangenheit zu retten. Ich hatte gezögert, weil ich mit meinen eigenen Augen gesehen hatte, wie die höhere Herrin Rukkhadevata ihre eigene Existenz ausgelöscht hat, aber das konnte ich Nahida nicht sagen. Kurz gesagt, warum Scaramouche so entschlossen gehandelt hat, darf ich nicht aussprechen. Ja, darfst du nicht.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
Er hat etwas völlig Verrücktes getan, aber am Ende...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Ja, leider nicht.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try.
Ich mag diesen Geschichtenverlauf nicht oder die Entwicklung der Geschichte. Mag ich gerade nicht so.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Ja. Ja, am Ende wurde dafür sogar die Welt verändert. Die Verstorbenen haben keine zweite Chance bekommen und für dieses gequälte Leben gab es auch keine Lösung. Ja, er konnte das ja nicht mal richtig verarbeiten, was alles passiert ist in seiner Vergangenheit. Er hat sich ja direkt dazu entschlossen, die Vergangenheit zu ändern. Anstatt mal so ein bisschen, ja, zu verarbeiten erstmal. Gegen was hat er eigentlich versucht anzukämpfen? Dagegen verraten zu werden? Oder ist die Existenz selbst schon ein Fehler? Ja, ich glaube, es ist Nummer 2. Er wollte nicht mehr existieren. Weil er ist ja eine Puppe. Er ist ja kein Mensch und seine Mutter, seine Schöpferin, hat ihn ja ausgesetzt draußen.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Mhm.
Found it. This should be the one.
Sieht gut aus?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
Wie denn das?
What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner.
What?
You should take a look.
Das Überraschende ist, dass dieser Eintrag wie ein Märchen wirkt.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
Die Handlung deckt sich mit meinen Aussagen.
I authored this record myself.
Oh, Nahida! Oh mein Gott! Oh, what? Das heißt, Nahida hat, bevor das alles passiert ist, das alles aufgeschrieben, in ein Märchen verpackt, damit der Baum das nicht löscht aus der Erinnerung, weil der Baum das Märchen nicht als die Erinnerung registrieren kann, weil das wie eine fiktive Geschichte klingt, aber es ist eine Geschichte, die tatsächlich so passiert ist.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
Ich will das lesen.
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Genau. Also wenn du eine Story, eine Geschichte super Metapher-heavy machst, so fast nur Metaphern benutzt, und Nahida ist halt sehr intelligent und sie könnte diese Metapher vielleicht auch selbst entschlüsseln, aber sie würde nie darauf kommen, dass das wirklich passiert ist, außer sie hat halt wirklich dieses Ziel gehabt, ich möchte diese Erinnerung aufzeichnen, damit sie mir erhalten bleibt, selbst wenn der Baum die Erinnerungen verändert. Und meine Erinnerung dann auch verändert. Das ist... Oh mein Gott, Nahida, 200 IQ.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki-mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
Ich frage mich, ob sie das vorher schon einmal gemacht hat oder das nur ihr einziges Märchen ist, das sie geschrieben hat.
Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
Weil sie damit gerechnet hat, dass er versuchen würde, die Vergangenheit zu verändern. Wow.
That's incredible!
Ja.
What a great idea!
200 IQ.
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans.
Die Katze ist Scaramouche und das Monster in dem Fuchskostüm, das gar nicht wie ein Fuchskostüm aussieht, sind wir mal ehrlich, ist wer? Katsuragi? Dottore? Ich glaube Dottore.
The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice.
Ah, das war dann mit dem Ofen.
A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it.
Huh?
The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing.
Also mit dem kleinen Jungen. Der Vogel ist der kranke Junge.
The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Oh Mann.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
Ja. Er hat nie existiert.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
Das ist das erste Mal, dass ich dieses Gefühl habe, dass das Leben weniger wiegt als eine Feder.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Okay.
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
There's a few things I'd like to look into. You should go take a walk and try to unwind.
Okay, was wird passieren, wenn ich diesen Walk gehe?
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Thank you, Paimon. Ich bin auch ehrlich gesagt gerade nicht mehr so irgendwie interessiert. Also ich bin interessiert auf jeden Fall, aber irgendwie bin ich auch ein bisschen enttäuscht von der Story. Oh mein Gott, wohin soll ich denn? Bin etwas enttäuscht. Aber ja, ist halt so.
We're here! What should we eat first?
Paimon denkt auch nur ans Essen. Enttäuscht, wieso das denn? Weiß ich nicht. Ich habe jetzt die Geschichte verstanden. Das freut mich. Weil das die ganze Zeit so ein Problem war. Ich habe sie endlich verstanden, aber das Ding ist, dass... Wie soll ich das sagen? Ich mag diesen Gedanken nicht, dass er jetzt einfach von allen vergessen wird. Und dass nur wir uns an ihn erinnern können. Ich mag das nicht. Ich weiß nicht, ich hatte eine andere Lösung vielleicht besser gefunden. Und ich muss ehrlich sagen, ich habe keine Ahnung, wie die Lösung lauten oder aussehen soll. Keine Ahnung, aber definitiv nicht so. Mal gucken. Ich urteile auch zu früh vielleicht, ne? Ich habe die ganze Zeit über das Gefühl, dass etwas nicht stimmt. Als hätte ich noch was Wichtiges vergessen.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Entschuldige, ich denke über was nach.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Was ist das? Plötzlich verschwanden diese wichtigen Hinweise in meinem Kopf über Irminsul, über Selbstauslöschung. Höre Herrin Rukadevata, verbotenes Wissen, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Warte, ich erinnere mich, dass sie, die höhere Herrin Rukadevata, sagte, dass niemand seine eigene Existenz löschen könne. Oh boy. Ja, weil das ein Paradox verursacht. Aber ich dachte, dass Rukadevata nicht sich selbst gelöscht hat, sondern Nahida sie gelöscht hat, weswegen es dann kein Paradox war. Und deswegen funktioniert das bei Rukadevata, aber bei Scaramouche funktioniert das nicht, weil Scaramouche sich selbst löschen wollte, quasi. Deshalb ist die Herrin Rukadevata ihr eigenes Samsara Also deswegen hat Rukadevata ihr eigenes Samsara erschaffen, Nahida. So, Nahida ist die Wiedergeburt von Rukadevata, damit sie sich selbst aus Irminsul auslöschen kann. Das alles kann nicht sinnlos sein.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Nein, Paimon kann es nicht sagen. Paimon weiß ja auch nichts von Rukadevata. Ja, sie hat sie auch vergessen. Aber es ist sehr wichtig. Scaramouche kann sich unmöglich allein vollständig gelöscht haben. Aber wenn es nicht vollständig war, was bedeutet das?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hello there. What?
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
Wait, Scaramouche arbeitet... was?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss.
Boss? Boss?
I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Oh, don't you worry.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
Das ist Scaramouche.
He's who?
Ja.
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted.
Ah, hat Scaramouche das Kind klauen lassen, mit Absicht?
I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Er ist jetzt der Wanderer und hat anscheinend nur alle Erinnerungen zu seinen anderen... Ja, genau. Ja.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am.
Ich frage mich nur, wie er das gemacht hat. Ich will wissen, wie.
We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Wir folgen ihm.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Ah, er wird uns eh bemerken, weil er uns schon die ganze Zeit bemerkt hat wahrscheinlich. Jede Wette. Wo denn? Boah, wo soll ich denn hin? Es ist ein Labyrinth hier. Ich soll ihm folgen, der ist mir schon 10 Kilometer voraus.
Yeah, this'll do.
Wander.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Psst.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
Wenn ich es nicht mit meinen eigenen Augen gesehen hätte, würde ich es nicht glauben.
Huh?
Was habe ich denn gemacht? Was hat Wanderer gemacht, meine ich?
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
Ich bin dir gefolgt.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Ja.
I have no recollection.
Er kann sich selbst an sich nicht erinnern. What? Das ist sehr kompliziert, aber ich kenne dich jedenfalls.
Are you absolutely sure?
Ja.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
Ich kann es beweisen. Du bist eine Puppe, nicht wahr?
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Paimon, wir hatten das Thema schon. Er ist eine Puppe von dem Gott des Blitzes.
Huh?
Oh.
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
Ich möchte dich an einen bestimmten Ort bringen.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
Kommt mir bekannt vor, die Geschichte. So ähnlich hat sie schon mal stattgefunden in Scaramouches Leben, aber er weiß es halt nicht mehr, ne?
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Okay.
Then let's return to the city.
Okay. Jetzt wird's doch ein bisschen spannend. Habe ich ehrlich gesagt nicht mehr erwartet. War sehr pessimistisch. Gerade so zum Ende hin, ehrlich gesagt. Naja. Mann, jetzt muss ich den ganzen Weg dahin laufen. Ich hasse es. Okay. Ich habe kein Problem damit, im Labyrinth umherzuirren. Da ist er ja.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who
Hello.
are these two?
Wir sind Traveler und Paimon.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
Was? But I don't?
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me.
Boah, wie nett er auf einmal ist, ne? Ganz schön seltsam.
Time to go.
Oh my goodness! Entschuldigung, dass ich ein bisschen laut geworden bin. Ich hasse es. Aber ich kann teleportieren. Das ist das Gute dran.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Oh, I am.
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So,
Das ist so... Das ist so seltsam. Okay. Ihr erzählt der niederen Herrin Kusanali von eurer Begegnung.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain.
Oh, mir ist gerade aufgefallen, er hat keine... Mir ist gerade aufgefallen, seine Vision ist nicht da.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Reexistenz.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Er hat keine Vision und normalerweise hat Scaramouche eine Vision hier, also ein göttliches Auge.
Yes, something far more distant than the past.
Also sein Element.
So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Oh, bleib. Okay. Keiner will es sagen, keiner will es aussprechen. Oh.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
Ich überlege nur, wie ich anfangen soll. Kriegen wir mit, wie Scaramouche eine Vision bekommt? Oh mein Gott.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Okay.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
Oh, ziemlich buddhistisch hier an der Stelle. Wenn ich jetzt schlafen gehe, dann sehe ich nicht das Ende.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
Wir waren immer Gegner.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the God of Wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Oh, okay.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Okay, jetzt werden wir ihm seine Vergangenheit zeigen.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Ja, natürlich.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Okay. Werde ich heulen? Ich weiß es nicht. Betritt die Erinnerung. Ich rede erstmal mit Wanderer.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Alles gut. Dazu sind wir da.
It's time to get ready.
Okay, let's go. Shakai-Pavillon? Ich bin im Shakai-Pavillon. Wieder? Wait.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
Das war super geil formuliert von Paimon. Man könnte sagen, wir schließen unsere angefangene Betreuungsaufgabe ab. Yes.
Alright. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
Okay.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow miners?
Katsuragi.
No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well,
in the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
Ja, das war
He
er.
looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Ja, das frage ich mich auch. Und deswegen will ich, dass Katsuragi wieder lebt.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
Oh no. Warum sind da Symbole von Augen Das weiß ich nicht, keine Ahnung.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Das Kind sah aber anders aus als das Kind in dem Trailer. Das ist irgendwie seltsam. Oh mein Gott.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
You're dead! This isn't good. Unsightly insects!
The wind knows me.
My duty. Looks like I went too far.
Hier ist Kristallmark. Da sieht man, wie schädlich das war. Hier sind bestimmt Kisten, oder? Da ist ein. Hier ist auch wieder Kristallmark. Oh mein Gott.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the delusion factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Habe ich das jetzt abgebrochen oder war da sowieso nichts mehr? I don't know.
No escape. One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
Was? Abgrund?
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
So, jetzt sind wir bei dem Punkt, wo Scaramouche zum Gott werden wollte oder sollte.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Was meinst du damit?
Can you return my memories to me?
Oh.
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
Uh-oh.
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you, and I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Also man kann, glaube ich, Scaramouche so oft löschen, wie man will. Es wird immer ein neuer Scaramouche entstehen. Ist es vorherbestimmt, dass man seinen Sünden nicht entkommen kann? Oh, ja. Oh, wow. Das ist eine gute Frage.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well.
Okay. Whoa.
Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright? No way!
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions? Behold!
Wie soll ich das denn alleine machen? Ah.
Squall Fury. At my command, you shall fall.
Ich sterbe doch so.
Wretched vermin. My endless cycle begins.
Oh mein Gott. Ich sterbe. Wait, ich lebe wieder.
The wind rises. Feeble human.
Ich schaff das.
Insignificant past. Squall and Fury. That's far enough. You dare to gaze upon me? Wind Strider. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
Da ist er schon wieder, der ganz alte.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Jetzt, da deine Erinnerungen wiederhergestellt sind, wird dich die Vergangenheit einholen. Und er hat die Vision bekommen.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Okay. Tschüss, Erinnerung. Es hat sich gelohnt, dran zu bleiben. Ja.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
Du willst nicht mehr Scaramouche genannt werden?
After learning about everything the doctor did, There's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Das wäre wie eine heimliche Flucht.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
Mhm.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Oh ja, sie hat es. Sie hat's getan.
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Okay, sie hat alles von vornherein geplant.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
So denkt Nahida nicht.
Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I'm
glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered. Including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Dann hilf mir bitte, es herauszufinden.
I will try.
Traveler.
Ja.
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Weil ich wissen wollte, was du verändert hast.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
Ich habe das nicht getan, um dafür belohnt zu werden. Bitte sprich nicht, als würde ich etwas von dir verlangen.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
Ja.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Ich hoffe, du wirst dich mit Nahida zusammentun.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Es geht nicht darum, wer man von außen ist, sondern von innen. Genau. Schöne Lektion. Er geht einfach. Erstmal Kopfschütteln. Hä? Wollt ihr nicht mitkommen?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Paimon! Oh nein!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Wir sollen uns entscheiden.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
It's all yours. Okay. Ich soll jetzt einen Namen wählen?
Have you got anything?
Okay. Regeln zur Namensänderung. Du kannst den Namen der Figur bis in die Ewigkeit driften, Wanderer, durch das Zwischenkapitel des Archontenauftrags Umgekehrte Schöpfung und mit Objektumschreibungspinsel ändern. Bitte beachte, dass bestimmte Namen nicht genutzt werden können. Sobald der Name geändert wurde, zeigen bestimmte Teile der Spieloberfläche den angepassten Namen an. Bitte denk dran, dass die Anzahl der Möglichkeiten zur Namensänderung begrenzt ist. Okay. Stell sicher unsere Nutzungsbedingungen. Wir können deine Nutzung einschränken, wenn du... Okay. Name muss mindestens ein Zeichen sein. Ich kann ihn einfach so nennen und das war's. Ich weiß noch nicht, ob ich den Namen ändere. Aber ich habe mich entschieden. Ich meine, er wird für mich immer Wanderer oder Scaramouche bleiben.
Are you sure? Oh, all right. If you say so.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
Was hast du vor?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Hoffentlich.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor,
Ja.
at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. but it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing.
Ja.
There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Das ist sehr gut von ihm. Das habe ich mir auch so ein bisschen gewünscht die ganze Zeit heimlich, weil ich will nicht, dass ihn alle vergessen.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. No nonsense. I like it. All right, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity.